everybody, this is Emily with Weddings with the Cricket, and I'm here to show you today how I use Photoshop to do all the text for my invitations and other stationery. There are a lot of ways to do this. This is just how I do it, and so you can do it pretty much any way you want, but this is just how I do it, and I find that it works really well. You're going to need two programs. You're going to need a Photoshop-like program. I use Photoshop Elements 5.0. Any program where you can have rulers and you can see text, and you can use layers. Those are the big 3 points. You don't need any of this special effects, art brushes, all that stuff. You don't need any of that. You just need to be able to do text with rulers and use layers. The other program you're going to need, I use Microsoft Word, which is down here. It doesn't have to be Microsoft Word. It just needs to be some sort of a word processing program that you can import your pictures into. I just find that has worked the best for me. Like I said, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it like this, but it's just how I do it. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do File, and we're going to make a new file. And we want this one to be, I don't know why it's set like that, 5 inches by 5 inches, 300 pixels per inch, and you want the background to be white. So I just hit OK on that. This is going to be for my friend Jennifer, who is getting married on my 6th-year anniversary, so I'm very excited about that. We're going to go see them. So we're going to go ahead and get started right here. I actually want to stamp a hibiscus on the top, and so I'm just going to kind of leave the top of this blank. We're going to start it right about here. So I'll show you a couple things. I'm using this font called Century Gothic. I think this was on my computer when I got it. We're going to do a gray text, and I want it to be centered. I want all my text to be centered on this one. So we're going to type Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Snyder. Sorry, I'm really bad at typing around a microphone. Actually, we're going to do this. You can play around with the wording for your invitations. Okay, so we have Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Snyder invite you to join them in the marriage of their daughter. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to actually do a different layer. So see, I have one layer. This whole thing, I can move it however I want now by itself. Okay, I want to do another layer, and I'm just going to type the word 2, because we're going to have Jennifer's name here and David's name here. Okay, and then we're going to scroll down right here. Okay, I need to stop here just for a second because I need to start moving this stuff up. This is too big for what I want it to do, because otherwise it's going to go off the edge of the invitation. But that's what's nice about all the layers. You can move them however you want. So now I'm going to keep going. I don't know where this is, so I'm going to make up a location. Okay. I think that's everything that I need. So now what you can do is you can start moving this however you want. All I'm doing is I click on it, and I'm using my up and down arrows. I'm not using the mouse to move these up and down, because if I do, it might get off center. And as long as I just click up and down with my up and down arrows on my keyboard, it'll just go exactly up and down how I want it to. Okay, now I want to do the text. And we're going to use a different font for the text. We are going to use this pretty one. I got Champignon. I got this off of dafonts.com, dafonts.com, for free. And we want it to be orange because her colors are bright orange and yellow and red. It's going to be a tropical theme, which is why we're doing a hibiscus. So, and I want this one to be bigger. I want it like 24. We'll see how it is. I can always change it later. So okay, that's kind of hard to read. I don't want to do that font actually. Yep, we're gonna do this one. Okay, because I kind of think it's fun. And I want to make it a little, oh sorry, I want to make it just a little bit bigger. Just like that. Okay. just going to give him one. John. Okay, and see how it's kind of off right here? That's why we just move it up and down. So we have 5 different layers. We have this, 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 and this. And what I like to do is I like to kind of zoom out a little bit to make sure that everything is right where I want it to be. Like I said, we're going to be stamping a hibiscus up here. So we're going to have the stamped hibiscus up here, and then all this text right here. So that's pretty much all we're going to do here. And then you want to save this twice. We're going to save this as invitation 2, because I actually did one earlier and I just didn't like it, but I'm going to save it anyway. So invitation 2, and I want to save this as a Photoshop file. And we're going to save it again as a JPG, just like that. So it says invitation 2 copy.jpg. So we're going to save that, and I always save it the largest. Okay, so that's done. Now what we need to do is we need to go into Microsoft Word, and we want to see a new document. And whenever you do this, when you zoom, you want to see your whole page, because you always want to see everything on there. So then we're going to insert a picture from a file, and we want this one. And now we need to check a couple things on this. We want to make sure that the size stay the same, because if you do bigger than say 8 or so, you need to make sure that it's going to fit. So just make sure that this says 5 and this says 5. Okay. Then up here on my version of Word, under picture, you have this cute little dog. I always put him in front of text, and the reason why is because when it's in line with text, you can't really move it around. It has to stay where it is. When you put it in front of text, now I can move it wherever I want. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I want to make this so I can cut this really easily. So I'm going to move it all the way over to the edge of my paper. I'm not going to move it all the way to the top because my printer is kind of weird. You're going to have to play with your printer a little bit. I want it to be one click down, otherwise it'll be off. So there's that, and then I'm going to actually copy this, because I want it to have all the same qualities. I want it to be able to move around as I please. So then I'm just going to stick this right on the bottom, just like that. And now what I have here is 2 invitations already set up, so that all I have to do is print it out, and then I just have to cut my paper. The reason why I do this is because if you go into Word and set your paper up so that it's 5 inches wide by 5 inches tall, and you do all this stuff like that, you're going to have to change your paper settings on your printer, and I don't like to do that because my printers have just not worked well. And I've done 3 or 4 different printers, and I've tried this with 3 or 4 different printers. It never works out how I want it to. Something is always off. So I find that if I go into Photoshop and make it exactly how I want it set up, at the size that I want it, and then put it in Word, I can put it anywhere I want on the page, and then all I have to do is cut it out. I don't have to cut out extra margins. I don't have to do anything. So that's, like I said, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. But then I just go File, and I print. And I always print out 1 copy, and I always make it just a normal, like just a fast draft, and I just print it on just like regular copy paper, just to make sure that everything is aligned. And then once I'm ready to print my actual invitations, I go back and I put it on normal or best. This is your wedding invitation. Don't skimp on ink. You might even want to have it printed at a place like Kinko's or something, just to make sure that it stays well. And then what you can do, you can type in that you want, say, 60 copies, and then when you print it, because there's 2 invitations for every single piece of paper, then you'll get 120 invitations. So that's how that works. And then when it prints out, all you have to do is just measure 5 inches on your paper cutter and chop that off, and then 5 inches here and 5 inches here, and you're going to have a perfect square that's going to fit perfectly in your invitation. So I hope I was clear enough on that. If I'm not, please email me if you have any questions that I can answer for you. Email me. My email for this blog is weddingswiththecricket@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and send them to me. So, but I hope you liked the tutorial and that it was helpful for you. And I will see you later today, because we're going to finish up this invitation, and I'll show you a couple different ways you can do it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.